Hello, 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 and welcome, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. It is romantic soulmate read time. Welcome to your timeless romantic soulmate read. Timeless, obviously, but being recorded right before, day before March 1st, last day of February 2021. Whenever you're watching this, I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hi, how you doing? I just snuggled a kitty, so of course now I have cat hair on my face. Hopefully that won't be too distracting, but nonetheless, I am looking forward to doing this series of readings. There is an extended to this. You're getting, what, I think 13 cards in this part on YouTube. Jump over to Vimeo.com, Vimeo on demand, and you'll get at least 17 other cards. I got all my divination systems lined up over there on the sideboard. So we're going to get down in it. Now, a couple of things before we get down to this read, some of it actually about this read. Number one, my book Words of Grace is now on Kindle. I'm very excited. There's a link in the description box. So happy it's done and out. I thought it was DOA for a while, and we brought it back, and it's better than ever. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if you're interested, you want to read my book Words of Grace, easy enough to find. Also, I am doing tarot parties on Facebook, on my Drawing the Circle Productions Facebook page. You do not have to be a member of Facebook to join, apparently. There are steps that take you there. If you click on the links, of course, description box below has that. Along with the link for the extended. Other than that, let's talk about this particular reading. This is a soulmate contract read. Soulmate is a type of contract. You have many soulmates in your life. They are not all sexual romantic. My mother and I are soulmate contract. Essentially, the bottom line of soulmates is that you help each other heal, whether you are aware of it or not, and usually whether or not you've even met yet, right? We are doing the romantic versions. That's why I'm very, very specific. That's the one people want, and I get it. It's the romantic contracts that have been the hardest lifetime after lifetime. So that's why I do these. My guides are like, this is what the people really need to know, and more about the spiritual, emotional, mental, right, healing aspect in order to bring it into physical form, therefore balancing and fulfilling the contract, the contract that was signed before you ever came into this life with whoever is in this read in your romantic sex life. We are looking for the happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract here, the ones that we have worked on for lifetimes. Cool. So we are going to do two halves, one and the other. We're going to split the table in half here, so to speak. But rather than doing divine feminine, divine masculine, Aries, you will be on this side. Your soulmate contract partner will be on this side. But of course, with soulmates, there will be a lot of mirroring. So, you know, you're going to have to sort of figure out which side you are, particularly if you resonate to one more than the other. Like I said, only 13 cards in this spread. So let's get down to it. All the decks that I read are always in the description box. This is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave what does not. And I say this over and over. All that I can ask of anybody watching one of my videos, one of my readings here, both feet, or at least one foot on the floor if you can, like stay grounded if you can, right? Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace from my pantheons of the divine to which I am contracted to serve in this lifetime. I'm very, very glad to do so. I love my work. Shall we? I think that's about it. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. Focus on your breath. When you hear me say breathe, because you'll hear me say it a lot, it's absolutely automatic now. Just breathe along with me. Yeah? Let's do this. Here we go. Let's take a nice deep breath. Aries, Aries, Aries. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of soulmate contracts, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. I just need 2 Caroline Mace archetype decks, one for the Aries and one for their happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract partner. March 2021 or timeless whenever they are watching this, please. So please, for the Aries, give me that Aries. what is the dominant archetype in play for them, and what is the dominant archetype in play for their happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soul mate, contract partner. Shall we? Well, isn't this just as interesting as it gets? You've got a wisdom family archetype and a creative family archetype. You, if you are the Aries, that's like I said, I'm here to read the Aries, not cross-watchers, but you take it as it resonates. We've got the judge archetype, wisdom family archetype. Now, not necessarily the card of justice or the card of judgment in the tarot. This is not tarot. This is a healing system, Carolyn Mace archetype. Her book, Sacred Contracts, game changer, and your partner is the creative family archetype of the visionary. The judge and the visionary, y'all could get a lot of good stuff done together. So on this deck are the shadow attributes and the light attributes. That's alchemy for you, right? That's healing. The shadow attribute is what you don't want to look at in yourself, or you know about in yourself, but you don't want anybody else to know. It's a hidden private agenda. But that we're all somewhere on the scale between lead and gold, shadow and light, right? So this is from toxic to healthy, however you want to see that. And this is what you are helping each other heal. All right? This is stuff, whether you've even met each other or not, doesn't matter. The contract in a soulmate, it's vibrational. Right? The quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract. There's the phrase. Thank you very much, whoever that was. There is a quantum entanglement. So that's why when you finally do meet up, if you haven't met up yet, you start comparing histories. The form of it may be different, but the internal content never is. It's like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That happened to me, but this way. Right? Parallel lives. Not necessarily always parallel lines. You could have been in the same place at the same time at the same concert, right? And not have even known. You start, I was at that concert, right? Yeah. So the judge archetype in the shadow, this is what you need to look out for, my Aries. Offering only destructive criticism. Misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Different than the mediator. This is really about putting your thumbs on the scale here. This is about being unjust, right? But also offering only destructive criticism. Like when I worked in theater way back in the 80s, there was this one particular theater critic. I worked at a very, very small, well, now at the time it wasn't actually that small theater company on Long Island. I'm not saying who or when. Studio theater. And this one particular reviewer would come, and it didn't matter how, she would slaughter with like, baby, and this part was nice, right? So that's sort of that vibe, right? Right? That critical aspect. But the light attribute, this is so beautiful. Balancing justice and compassion. Like eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth is not exactly compassionate, right? Managing the fair distribution of power. Loving this. So it's how interesting. It's very Libra, I'll say that, right? It literally has scales on it. Your opposite sign. So, if you have any planets in Libra, I do. I'm not an Aries, though. I can really, really feel that. That could be something being really refined in you in this, and I love that. Your soulmate partner here, though, is the visionary. Now, the shadow attribute, selling insights to the highest bidder. I think if you are a visionary, you've been tempted to do it and probably have done it, and everybody has to. All right, if you're the cross watcher or if you're dealing with a visionary, we're all tempted to do that. I consider myself very much a visionary. Compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. We all do that too, right? Because sometimes you have visions, and I don't always mean the visions of, higher vibrational this or that. That usually you keep to yourself until you find people you can really talk to about that. But I'm talking about, having something brilliant and dumbing it down, for example. For profit, usually that happens. But the light attribute here is absolutely stunning. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, literally doing it right now. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain, and that is ballsy, right? People have been burned at the stake and more for that alone, let alone any other actual infraction that may or may not have happened, right? There are plenty of times that visionaries had their eyes poked out, burned out, right? As though that was going to stop them. Tiresias, look it up. Greek prophet, blind prophet. All right, so we've got a judge and a visionary. This feels fun. This feels fun. So what we're going to do we are going to do 2 element spread. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit to get the elements going on here. We're going to use the Daughters of the Moon. For you, my Aries with the Judge archetype, we are going to use the Mythic Tarot for your visionary soulmate partner here. And in the extended, we will be flip-flopping the decks to clarify. That's just the beginning. There's a lot of cards hitting the table. I actually did this reading for myself last night just to see where I was. I was like, like I took a picture and I notified my podcast partner, collaborator, Mal Flanders, about it. And she was like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I know. It was really good. All right, so let's do this. Daughters of the Moon, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. Please take a nice deep breath. My goddesses of fire and the sign of Aries, please, 5 cards, basic element spread. I'll call them out as we go and place them face down. We will then do the same with the other deck for them, and then we'll flip them element by element. Please, here we go for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading that has the Judge archetype dominant in this soulmate contract, probably being very discerning, but also wanting to be very fair, right? Keeping the eye on the boundaries, on their honor, hopefully on their honor codes, what they will and will not do. What's going on here, please? Element of fire, what is it that they most desire in this contract? I'll wait. I want the right card for them. There we go. Element of earth, what do they have that fuels that fire, helping them get their heart's desire? What is it that they are thinking predominantly? Their element of air. What are they feeling predominantly? Element of water. And what is the voice of their soul, the point of view of their soul that was chosen, cast to play this role in this lifetime, and signed off on some level to this soulmate contract that we are looking at March 2021, or timeless. Breathe. I know there's a sense of expediency here that I'm getting from the energy, and it's not the caffeine. It's been a couple of hours since I had some caffeine. This is you, whoever I'm reading. Crosswatcher, otherwise are all y'all. Breathe. My gods of fire and the sign of Aries, same thing. Element spread, 5 cards, fire, earth, air, water, spirit, to clarify the visionary archetype, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract partner for this Aries that we have here on the table with the Judge archetype. Please, for this visionary element of fire, what is it they desire? What is their heart's desire here? Element of earth, what do they have to fuel the flame? What do they have to fuel the fire, to manifest their heart's desire? Known or unknown? No, that's new. Known or unknown? Element of air, what are they predominantly thinking about this soulmate contract with this Aries Judge archetype? What is their element of water? 1, hear you. 2, 3. What are they feeling about this contract, please? Thank you. And power of spirit. What is the point of view of the soul, the voice of the soul that was chosen to play this role, that agreed to do this with this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Judge archetype. Point of view or voice of the soul, please. I'm going to have one more card that's going to hit the table, but we're going to do these first. Element of fire. What do they both desire? Well, well, well. I'll tell you this. The Aries with the Judge archetype is very much being the learner. The lovely 8 of Pentacles, a crone teaching a maiden how to weave blankets, and a woven blanket, proof of her wisdom in this. But her wisdom comes from experience. This is an earth card. Like, what they want is they want to learn. They want to experience. They want the hands-on, like they want to do this, right? Get to work, right? You know, 8 of Pentacles is often a card of putting your head down and getting to work. Let's see whose head goes down, because over here, what the visionary wants here is 3 of Cups. I want to party. I want to have fun. I want to bond with you. Now, this, yes, could be friendship, certainly, and why not? If these two don't know each other, they might be looking for that, but this is also something that could very much be the movement of a friendship or an attraction past the Three of Cups. Past the Two of Cups. There might very well be an emotional bond and attraction here between these two. They want to take it to that next step, right? Where this doesn't feel like a third party. This feels like, I want to celebrate with you. And maybe this is a, what's that word? Not a reconciliation, reuniting, right? Coming back together. But it feels very, very good. Like I said, the energy that hit here is very fun. Like, I'm getting that fun vibe. What's their element of earth? Aw, how cute. Aw, the judges got the Star card. They've got their guidance, their grace, their 8th chakra guiding them, right? Their prayers, their hopes. This is something that they are really hoping for. Oh my God, the Virgo card, the Knight of Pentacles, is what they've got. Slow and steady wins the race, but we're looking at somebody who is willing to build something durable here. The knight doesn't rush in. There are 4 knights and there are 4 speeds to riding a horse. I learned how to horseback ride when I was a kid. I really haven't done it since. But there is walk, trot, canter, right, and gallop. Virgo, Pentacles, Cups, Pisces is the trot, Cancer, they're hard to trot, the Cancer, Sagittarius, and Gallop, the fastest knight, Gemini. This is, and it's so great. Oh no, this is the Knight of Cups. I'm sorry, I thought it was the Knight of Pentacles. I am so sorry. They look very similar, same color horses. Knight of Cups, this is Pisces. This is coming into, this is the romantic knight. Please forgive that. Just does feel a lot alike here, especially with the fish jumping out of the pond there. This is somebody coming forth, Knight of Cups. They have that romantic urge. They want to offer that cup. They are into this. They've got a lot of water on this side, earth and spirit on this side. All right, what are they thinking? What are you thinking? Well, the Aries here has got the Capricorn energy. So what they are thinking is something long-term. 10th house, highest potential, work, boundaries, healthy, right? Saturn energy here, but that's, you know, this is the crone of Pentacles. In the traditional tarot, that would be the King of Pentacles, that Capricorn energy. So, slow and steady wins the race. So here's where the slow and steady wins the race was. Here, this one's like Pisces. He's a little hot to trot here, this visionary, because the visionary probably sees the probabilities of what maybe they can't, right, or no one else can, and it's just like, I'm not compromising this for shit, but I'm not galloping either, because what's on their mind is the Emperor. They're like, I am going to sit on my throne. That's what they're thinking about. They're like, how about I just hold this lightning in my hand and watch what happens, right? Control. Little Janet Jackson vibe for you, the control. But this is Zeus, right? Now, the other way to look at this is what they're thinking about this contract is that there is something very wonderful here. And if this Aries is more of a divine masculine than a divine feminine, are they an emperor? Maybe they're thinking of them or seeing them as an emperor that they might not see in themselves. And remember, my channel's never about gender. I have had transgender people in my life for the majority of my life. So, you know, just give me some time to integrate the pronouns as they change. I'll do my best, but certainly not in my tarot readings or in any of my work, because you're a soul first before you come into a body. So that kind of doesn't make gender irrelevant, hardly, but certainly says the truth of who you are. You're a balance of both, as we all are. I don't know. I feel like this visionary is seeing stuff, is seeing that now, and it's funny because they're both kind of getting that higher potential here, right? Highest potential, 10th house, this would be, again, the King of Pentacles, and here's the Emperor. So they may be seeing each other as very powerful, or at least this contract as something really elevated. Yeah, a mountain, cardinal earth, right? How much grows in a mountain, on a mountain, through a mountain, from the mountain, right? there's so much life there. There's so much creativity. There's so much potential. There's so much strength. And it's really hard to wear down a mountain, right? But with this, and who sits at the top of that mountain if not Zeus the Emperor? So very interesting read here. What do they feel in element of water? Yeah, well, Aries, if this is really you, the judge, unless you really are feeling you're on the other side, you are feeling Eight of Flames. Now, the card is called Burnout, and yes, that might be true. You might be feeling some emotional burnout, but I don't get that here. This is very much that raging forest fire. Now, the idea of forest fires horrify me. I'm a past life dryad. Are you kidding me? No, I don't like them. They're horrible. I get sometimes they happen. It terrifies me. Duh. So aside from that, this is that passionate wildfire. And yes, the Eight of Wands, fast-moving communication. Well, this is fast-moving passion, because what they've got on their side, this visionary, is the devil. And now this makes more sense with the Emperor, because what they're thinking is, I got to control myself. I got to hold myself back here, because what I'm seeing is frightening in its scope. That this might be the real deal. This is a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. But to see that third eye and maybe not see that the other two can be challenging. Of course, they're dealing with their own fears, the devil card. But let us also say those chains, it is the shadow of the Lover's card. There is a decision here. And this might very much be about freedom versus conformity, right? Even if you look at the Hierophant, right? You put the Hierophant, the Lovers, and the Devil. I'm talking traditional tarot, you know, Rider-Waite, Pamela Coleman Smith, right? Original artwork. They are so similar, because they all kind of represent different aspects of bringing ourselves into balance here. But with the Devil, the Pan card here, this feels emotionally horny. It's the god Pan, and interestingly enough, one of the gods of Aries. I'm wearing his totem on my arm. So there he is. Oh my goodness, goodness gracious. What a passionate affair, these two. I mean, they want to do bad things with them. Sorry. Oh, Team Eric. Well, the voice of the soul. You're not ready for this. It's really good, though. Major Arcana cards, both. The Fool, the Dreamer in this deck, and the Empress, Demeter. The soul, your soul, if you're the Aries on this side, is saying, my judge archetype, it's okay, take your time, balance this out, because you are about to jump off the cliff, right? It's okay. The Fool card is not the first card of the Major Arcana. It is a 0, therefore it has no numeric value. It is the gap between the World card and the Magician. So this might even be saying, honey, whatever you got to wrap up, wrap up. Whatever you got to wrap up, because get ready. This is a new soul contract. This does feel new, even if they know each other. I mean, that Knight of Cups does feel a little specific. They're coming, the visionary is really being sort of that mystical romantic knight here. And they're hoping for this. If they haven't met, that does make sense. This is a general read. But you're headed towards each other. And the Empress here for the visionary, you've got both the Emperor and the Empress. Now, even though it's just on one side of the table, got 3 Major Arcana cards going on here, 2 Major Arcana cards going over here. That's 5 out of 10 of the tarot on the table. This, obviously, it's a soul contract. It's a soul contract read. But this is saying, particularly for a visionary, it's like you are the Empress to their Emperor. Or vice versa. Again, it's not about gender, but you know what I'm saying? It's like there can't be 2 Emperor cards and 2 Empress cards, right? In the deck. And if that does, I think that should exist. Thank you very much. Let's have a more gender fluid tarot. Thank you very much. I'm not making it, though. I don't have time to design a tarot deck. I'll put an oracle deck together, but not a nut tarot that'll make my brain explode. I would love to, though, but not now. Not now. I just put out a book. That Empress, that fertility, that love, it's like they want to mother them. They want to come to me, my Emperor. But that's the thing here. This is very romantic. This is very emotional on this. I'm not exceedingly, but also feeling it's like, I gotta watch myself here, that my shadow does not take over over that I allow myself to have these feelings, but to approach as a knight, right? To be that more sensitive romantic, and that unconditional love of the Empress. This is really, really great. This is a lovely... So that's why I love this soul. That's why I'm not doing twin flame reads anymore. Get them elsewhere. I don't care. Twin flame contracts are radically different. Go look at the links below, and there's got to be a video in there explaining the definitions and the differences between soulmates. If I did the description box correctly, it should be in there. Your last card down, a healing mantra deck. Now here's the thing. The great thing about this is particularly if you watch your other signs, write down what the mantras are, both the title of the mantra and the mantra itself. I write them down anyway. I have a clipboard. I write all these down. But then if you write down the ones, your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs, if you know them, and then put them on Post-its and jumble them around, you get it's like a whole other level of personal divination just for you. So let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. My beloved ascended masters of soulmate contracts, we're calling in the specialists. Please, one card in clarity for this delightful, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract between this Aries with the Judge archetype and their contract partner here with the Visionary archetype. Please, whenever they are watching this timeless, but really doing this, March 2020 or timeless, what is their perfect mantra? So it doesn't matter whether they've met or not, or whether they are together or not. It doesn't matter if only one of them does this mantra. It will help both of them heal. Acknowledging apprehension. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. I totally get it. I totally get it. Why wouldn't it, right? It's like they've got these hopes, they've got these dreams. You got dreams. You want fame. Well, fame costs, and this is where you start paying in sweat. Fame, right? And the soul is take the leap. It's time to take the leap. And they're like, but there are boundaries. I've got to do this the right way. This could really be the one. And they're totally willing to put in the work and learn as they go. It's just their passion. I get it. It's that fire-earth conflict there. And here that totally makes sense. It's like, I want to party with you. I want to cook for you. I want to give you my cup of love. But no, I'm going to be an emperor about this, but inside I hear the word bone jumping. I wonder what that might mean in this situation, particularly with an Aries and with that Empress. I mean, there's so much love here. Now look, if you two haven't met, then you're both are really ready for this. So acknowledging apprehension, you know, when you're apprehensive, you're like, I don't know, and I use this mantra all the time. When it's a yes, particularly with other aspects of my spiritually based business, right? I have to acknowledge when I'm feeling apprehension, and when it's a yes, nothing can stop me, and when I'm unsure, and when I am unsure, it's always a no, or at least for now. Like, if it's no, check me tomorrow. If it's still no, and still no the day after that, right? Allowing appreciation, oh, wrong one. Acknowledging apprehension. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, that's all it takes, is unsure. It's always a no. When apprehension is acknowledged, you become aware of a constant back and forth between polarities, right? This polarity and that polarity, yes and no. As this back and forth movement occurs, it can feel nearly impossible to make decisive, empowering choices. Particularly if Aries, you're using the mind, right? The mind alone, this is a heart thing we're dealing with here. As you acknowledge any apprehension, which is a feeling, Aries, recognize that it is either your heart trying to warn you of an old choice or pattern, if you're from New York, it's a pattern. Your heart trying to warn you of an old choice or pattern you're about to repeat, or it's a sense of unworthiness that makes you unsure about how to step onto the biggest stage you dream of commanding. The power of discernment bubbles closer to the surface the more often your apprehensions are acknowledged, and it is needed to determine which of these two options is true, right? Is it I'm making a mistake again, I'm repeating this, or I am so afraid that this might be everything I've wanted and I don't know if I can handle it, right? To at least acknowledge it, then discernment can absolutely come through. I'm going to say in this because this is here. I mean, honestly, and the Fool for you here, this is your dream. Does it even just say that? The power of discernment. Where is that part? I want to see how to step into the biggest stage you dream of commanding. Yeah, it is in there. You going to follow your soul? You going to take the leap? Well, if it's a yes, nothing can stop you. But if you're unsure, it's always a no. But there's nothing wrong with doing this with Capricornian safe boundaries, looking at the larger picture, wanting something more long-term, at least thinking that way, because honestly, the visionaries think of the same thing. But yeah, of course they have their fears about it. This is a big deal, and you've got the passion, so it looks like you're going to have to be the one. You know, the Empress doesn't leap. She reclines, just saying. It's so funny. I don't know if any of you watch Southern Strega. She's amazing. She's doing a reading. I watch her. I follow a bunch of different readers because I just love seeing people do it their way. We're all so different, right? And she holds up this card. I forget if it was the Hoodoo Tarot, what it was, but it was a Queen of Pentacles. And she's like, and you're sitting there like the Queen of Pentacles, but you're not looking down. It's up on the wall behind you. And I'm literally sitting on my couch. Follow me on Instagram. You'll see the pictures. I'm sitting on my couch with my pentacle wall hanging right behind me. I'm like, it's totally that. So yeah, like that same thing of the Empress. It's just like, she does not leap off cliffs. She is the magnetic force. It feels like you're the electro to her magnetic. But again, we're talking energetic dynamics. So look, my Aries, I'll give you the blessing in a minute, but this is going to be a fun one to clarify. What is it, $9.99 for one of my Vimeo.coms, but it's unlimited. You can watch them over and over and over again until I die or Vimeo stops being Vimeo, right? Or even then. We'll make sure those videos get passed on somehow. I'll leave it in my will. Strip Vimeo on demand of all the videos and make them for free on YouTube. But until such time, if you would like to help me out, buy my book. Also $9.99, or check out the extended, because we're going to have a field day, and really a minimum of 17 cards are going to clarify these 13. So let's rock and roll with that if you want. Otherwise, may the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, that they may acknowledge their apprehension between whether or not they are repeating a mistake or are just afraid to step out onto the largest stage they've ever wanted and got what they wanted as the Judge archetype, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, certainly seeing that they're learning how to do so, taking the leap, following their passion and following their star, their hopes, their dreams with this visionary archetype who has a capacity to envision what is not yet even conceivable to others, with a willingness to proclaim their vision without regard for personal gain, really wanting that Three of Cups, that closeness, that emotional bond, really wanting to trot in. Really a trot, not a gallop, not a canter, a trot, but not a walk either, offering their emotions here, but thinking about it as the Emperor, thinking of it as, I need to control, this needs to be structured, this needs to be done with all the kings of the tarot amalgamated, as well as seeing that perhaps what this Aries might not be able to see within themselves, while absolutely feeling great lust, great passion, yet keeping it in chains because of their own fear, because their soul is saying, darling, darling, there is unconditional love here. You are perhaps the Empress to their Emperor, or vice versa. And so why not have that fear? So acknowledging apprehension on both sides, may they do so wisely, clearly and cleanly, helping each other heal, known or unknown. For March 2021 are timeless whenever they are watching it, for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. What a hot read. I'm really psyched for this series. And hopefully I will put these out much faster than the True Love series. We had a lot going on with the book coming out, to be honest with you. and every single video has been re-thumbnailed. New playlists made. I've worked my ass off. But now the real work starts: promotion. So here's the promotion. Check out my book. Even just go click the link and you can look at the first couple of pages of it. If that doesn't grab you, I don't think it's your book, but you might as well go look, right? Thank you so very much for watching. If you like the video, thumbs up. You want more, subscribe. Please feel free to comment which side of you are this. If you're cross-watchers are always welcome on my channel. Are you kidding me? I cross-watch 2 a.m. in the morning when I can't sleep. Wakes me right back up or puts me right back to sleep. Otherwise, wish you all the very best and the very blessed in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. Sorry, I keep saying that because I'm still in February, March 2021 are timeless. My Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Hell, farewell. Go watch the extended and blessed be.